Yo, what's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We are live and direct, live in effect. It is a Wednesday night. Surprise, surprise, man. Surprise live. Who we got in the chat section first and foremost? We got in the chat. My man, King Tony. What's good with you, man? How you feeling? Good to see you here. What up, Mountain Flame? What's good? What's good? Magic, yes, on a Wednesday. It's not gonna be a long show, just touching bases with y'all. I want y'all to check something out in case y'all haven't. But yeah, we're gonna go over it. What up? What up? What up? What up? Yes, sir. Hit the like button. There ain't that many people in here, but I don't expect it to be that many on a Wednesday. What's good, Dead Man? What's up with you, fellow Nationals? What it is? What it is? WAVs. What's good? Loyalty over royalty. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope the USCIS natural documents helpful for you. Even though I noticed last night you posted the process 5 months ago, just didn't say which forms. A word, yeah, yeah, true, true, true. Florida and House. What up, Hector? What's good? What's good? What's good? What up? What up? What up? What's good? Yes, 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 indeed, man. What's up with y'all? I hope y'all catch Jonah Bay's live. Yo, I posted it in the Foreign National News Network Telegram group, man. It's pretty good. Y'all missed a good one if you ain't check it out, man. Go over to Jonah Bay's channel and check that out. He was dropping some heat on that joint. For real. And he was dropping some good stuff on there, man. Some information that'll help y'all out with court and all that stuff. All right, man. Let's get to these videos, man. I wanted to share with y'all a couple of videos I saw. One of them was I have questions about this video because, as far as I know, um, contract plays a very big factor in this. So let me get you guys' opinion on this video right here. All right, so this is in a Brazilian Jiu-jitsu gym, apparently. And what's interesting about this video, let me try to make it bigger if I can. Yeah, that's a little better. What's interesting about this video, there's a guy who decided to sign up, I guess. And he was rolling with a black belt, which basically jiu-jitsu language. He was sparring with a black belt. And this dude ended up getting seriously injured. He ended up paralyzed. Now, take a very close look at what happened. I'm going to explain to you what happened in detail, but take a look at this. Ooh. Oh, man. So what basically transpired, there's a position called turtle where anybody who used to wrestle, there's a position where they ball up and they basically try to stop from getting pinned on their back. And what basically just happened is the dude he was rolling with was a black belt and knows how to get him out of turtle position. So he used his weight and basically did a grip and used his weight to take him off of his base. And what ended up happening, the dude's neck was on one side. So when the black belt dude came down on the other side, his body went the other way, but his neck was still underneath his body, and it cranked his neck. It bent his neck at a straight 90-degree angle with both weight on top of his neck. So it messed him up pretty bad. So apparently this dude is paralyzed. What's crazy is before you participate in jujitsu, you have to sign a waiver, basically a hold harmless agreement, so that they don't get injured. But I'm reading this, the caption for this thing, and this dude actually won a $43 million settlement. So I'm not quite sure how that happened. And like I said, case law is supposed to be like not case law, but I'm sorry, contract law. You know what I'm saying? With stuff like that, it's supposed to be nothing to be trifled with. And this is the same thing that basically held the I gotta watch my language here, held certain um individuals of corporations harmless with certain medical procedures that were pushed against people in 2020. There we go. So look, you had to sign a contract before you even got that joint. You know what I'm saying? You had to sign basically a whole harmless agreement or something. I think it's an even indemnity or a whole harmless agreement, one of them two. But it basically said if you get effed up because of this particular thing that we're telling you to get, so that you can go places on the plane and stuff like that, or go in certain buildings. You know, if you get messed up, there's nothing that ain't got nothing to do with us. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? You have to literally sign one of those kind of agreements. I'm not sure how this gym got held responsible for this, but this dude won a $43 million lawsuit, a $46 million lawsuit, um, with a civil trial. Yeah, so this dude's paralyzed. He had received a spinal cord injury. This dude's is completely quadriplegic. That means he's completely paralyzed from the neck down. He can't even move. And they gave him 70 to 40 $46 million for the insurance covered. I'm sure they had insurance because I couldn't see a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym having $46 million, you know what I'm saying, to sue. That's crazy. But yo, how did they actually penetrate that contract? Unless he signed it, without prejudice or something like that, where he reserved his right to be able to come after him for a claim. But yo, how did they get around that? I'm curious to know. Does anybody have any idea? He says, he live on Facebook now. Oh, he's on Facebook. Yeah, I seen him on. He was on Instagram and YouTube earlier. But yeah, he check that out when y'all get a chance. Yeah, check that out. Thank you for watching this over Jonah Bay, man. Good looking out on that. But yeah, I'm curious to know. And somebody say, yo, California law, the California legal system is a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So it says in the description, a man who sustained a spinal cord injury during a Brazilian jiu-jitsu lesson in Del Mar that rendered him quadriplegic was awarded over $46 million by San Diego civil jury this week. Attorneys for Jack Greener alleged that on November 29, 2018, he was a beginner 23-year-old student at Del Mar. Damn, he was 23 years old too, man. Completely paralyzed. That's terrible. 23-year-old student at Del Mar Jiu-Jitsu Club. In his lawsuit against the club, the complaint states that he was paired with an instructor, Francisco Iturralde, a second-degree black belt, who should have known better. I mean, things can happen. 100%. Stuff can happen. All right. When you're dealing with like combat sports and stuff like that, you can get completely effed up by anybody. You know what I'm saying? But for that to happen to a beginner with a black belt, that looks really bad for the black belt. You know what I'm saying? Who placed Greener in a position to put his entire weight upon Greener and crushed his cervical vertebrae, paralyzing him. Attorneys say Greener was hospitalized for several months and suffered multiple strokes, among a series of other ailments. Jeez. His attorneys say that he was weeks away from graduating from a college and he was starting a career as a professional surf instructor when he was paralyzed. Man, that is crazy. So it says, somebody said in the comment section, is California legal system and citizens so it's a joke? That's a good point. They are. He did have a jury trial. With a jury trial, that pretty much comes down to the people at that point. But I'm surprised they didn't get it dismissed because of the waiver. And he signed a waiver. He knew the potential hazards. Somebody said that. But you got to go to college to be a surfing instructor. Somebody over there trolling and shit. But yeah, there's a lot of comments. You guys should definitely look into this, man. But I'm curious to know how that contract was pierced. Somebody said play it again. I'm gonna play it again for you guys. Try to look closely. So he's got him in turtle. He's on his back. He tries to jump to the other side. His neck is underneath, and he rolls both of their body weight over top of his neck, but his neck was pinned to the mat. You know what I'm saying? So he tweaked his vertebrae completely. That's messed up. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? If you do any kind of combat sports, especially like grappling, man, I've seen some crazy shit. Crazy shit happened to me when I first started. I got thrown square on my vertebrae when I first started up. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I pulled through. But yeah, man, that's if you're doing a combat sport, anything can happen, man. So, I think all boys who are teenagers or men should do some kind of combat sport growing up, because I think every man needs to feel like how it feels to be punched square in your face or thrown on your back. Like, you need to feel how that feels, you know what I'm saying, to give you a level of respect for dealing with other people. You know what I mean? You got a lot of these kids running around here. They want to go pick up the arm and stuff like that and start clapping stuff up. when they never been. Like, they're afraid to get punched in the face. They're afraid to get their tooth knocked out, a black eye, you know what I'm saying? The wind knocked out of you, any stuff like that. And I think I think that's a that's a solid part of growing up, man. Shit, back in the day when we used to play football and you got hit hard enough, man, and you land on that freaking turf or that goddamn grass in the wintertime when the ground cold, oh, it don't give. Like, yo, you be on the ground like, ah, you can't breathe for like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You gotta sit there and try to get your breath. You know what I mean? Once you finally get your breath back, you're like, all right, I'm not passing. It's just a matter of me having the wind knocked out of me. But yo, I ain't had the wind knocked out of me since I was a child, but it felt terrible. When you hit your back square on the grass or anything, like square, and all your breath gets, oh, and your lungs are damn near empty, and you try to get your breath back. It's awful, man. But yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I definitely think anybody who any young man growing up, do a boxing lesson, don't do a wrestling match, or do jujitsu or something, or kickboxing. Just experience how it is to have to go against another man. You know what I'm saying? Have to force your will upon another man who's trying to force his will upon you to knock you out, or to throw you down on the mat, or try to break one of your limbs. That sounds horrible. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? It sounds horrible, but it's what I'm saying, it's good for character, because you know what I mean? You go against somebody, you get clocked one good time, and you realize, yo, this could happen to me if I talk smack to somebody in the street. And next time it won't be with a glove. I need to respect people. You know what I'm saying? I need to respect people's bodies and stuff like that. I can't just be out here doing all kinds of wild stuff. But yeah, I say, man, anybody who has a teenager or something, put him in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Put him in wrestling. Put him in some kind of combat sport. Because you should know how to defend yourself as a man and protect your family. My man Tony said Golden Gloves 2003. Okay, so you nice with the mitts. Tony got them paws. Okay, respect. Experience level should always be matched and respected. Exactly, Hector. Exactly. There's no reason a black belt should be injuring any actually anybody for that matter. But I mean, I could get it if it was like a brown or a black belt, or even a purple belt. Because some purple belts will give, if you got a purple belt that's nice enough, you know what I'm saying, there's a size difference, he can give a black belt some issues. He might not be able to win, you know what I'm saying, but the black belt might have to crank it up a little bit. So the harder that you got to go in the match, you know what I'm saying, it could be easier to injure somebody. But it usually doesn't happen with people of higher experience levels. That's not common at all. You know what I mean? So that was just completely reckless. Facts. Yes, indeed. All right, let's move on though. So I want y'all to take a look at this video. Yusuf L shared this cartoon. I've been wanting to watch this whole cartoon because I only saw the end of it. And I think I shared the end of it with you guys last year, but I want you guys to see the whole cartoon. This cartoon is called Make Mine Freedom. All right. This is actually like a Tex Avery type cartoon. Y'all remember Tex Avery cartoons and all that stuff, where they would have what's some of the stuff Tex Avery used to draw? I think the Chicken Hawk and the little chicken, I think that was one of his cartoons. He had a bunch of them. But this one was interesting because this delved into the dangerous category of democracy versus the republic. You know what I'm saying? And for those who haven't seen it before, I think this is good for you to take a look at. All right, so let's get right into it.
America is many things to many people. To a 17-year-old kid, it's the malt shop on the corner. To Grandpa, it's the front porch in the cool of the evening. To Mother and her family, it's church on Sunday morning. And to Dad, it's his favorite relaxation. It's the Cracker Barrel philosophers in Crabtree Corners. And it's the tycoons in Wall Street. It's all races, creeds, and religions.
Got to
No, peep that. No, back in the day, they was on some shit though. Because if you peep that Asian kid that was in the background, that was kind of low key suspect racism shit. But you know what I mean. You can't delete the history.
To work at the job you like. Freedom of speech and to peaceably assemble. Freedom to own property. Security from unlawful search or seizure.
Where's your warrant?
A man said, "Where's your warrant?" So yes, with any type of arrest, search, or seizure, there needs to be a warrant. They cannot just pull you over and stop you and detain you. That is an arrest. And an arrest does need a warrant. My man here is from the Republic, and he knows that. And the police know it. That's why they stand there looking at him like that.
What?
The right to a speedy and public trial. Protection against cruel punishments and excessive fines. The right to vote. And to worship God in your own way. It is these freedoms that have made America strong.
Okay, so we got our freedom. But management's lousing up everything.
Labor is at fault. It's ruining the country. My constituents, as your elected representative, I can assure you Labor's right. Management's right. I'm strictly neutral.
Labor? Management? Politicians? Fooey. They can't tell corn from oats.
Work!
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ism. Ism will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the contents of this bottle, you'll have the bountiful benefit of higher wages, shorter hours, and security. Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're the big boss. Government control, no worry about votes. Name your own salary. Bigger crops, lower cost. Why, ISM even makes the weather perfect every day. And now then, because we are introducing this amazing item for the first time in this country, it isn't going to cost you 1 cent. All you have to do is sign this little scrap of paper, and you get your bottle absolutely free.
I hereby turn over to ISM Incorporated everything I have, including my freedom and the freedom of my children and my children's children.
Listen to how crazy that contract is. Sign over your freedom, your children's freedom, and your children's children's freedom. Listen to that.
In return for which, said ISM promises to take care of me forever.
And we all know what the ISM is. The ISM is the U.S. government. That's what the ISM is. The ISM is the United States Corporation. All right. And what he's talking about is the birth certificates or whatever, is the en legis creation of such.
Get out of the way.
Pardon me.
And who are you, my good man?
I'm John Q. Public.
Ah, my fine friend, you're just in time to share this generous and gigantic offer. Sign right here.
Mind if I read it first?
Hurry up,
Keep your shirts on, boys.
Now take a look at this, right? Even back when the Republic was around, you had a bunch of people standing around being goofy and not wanting to read that damn contract. Just wanting to hurry up and pass it over here so I can sign it. We want things to be better. So even back when the Republic was here, you still had a bunch of zombies out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're showing you. You had the one guy who represents us who was like, hold up, let me read this damn contract and see what this contract says. Then on top of that, you had all the other people like, hurry up, come on, hurry up. And they ain't even read the damn thing. They trying to go ahead and sign everything away. And that's something you're not going to be able to walk away from once you sign.
No, including freedom. Freedom? Well, sign away my freedom. Why, this is ridiculous.
Don't be corny, brother.
Sure, our system of free enterprise isn't perfect. But before we throw it away for some imported double talk, let's turn the clock back a few years to see what it's done for us. For example, back in the 1890s, Joe Dokes was just a guy who liked to tinker around his barn. Some people thought Joe was lazy. Some even thought he was nuts. But one day, he had an idea. And because he was free to dream his dream and tinker, Joe had a chance to make something of himself and his idea. So, of course, some people didn't think so much of Joe's idea. But that didn't stop him. So Joe got some money from young Aunt Minnie and Uncle Angus and Grandpappy.
And you peep the money Uncle Angus had, right? Uncle Angus had a big ass gold coin. And then his grandpa and grandma, they had some cash, but his Uncle Angus had a gold coin. 1948, by the way. This cartoon was in 1948.
And Mr. Titus. Friends and relatives used their savings to help him buy tools and property. They were capitalists. Don't blush, folks. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, naturally, Joe needed some help. So he hired Willie Lumpkin, who was out of work anyway, and before long, Willie had the know-how and became skilled labor. Because capital, management, and labor worked together, Joe's idea grew. It grew and did things even he never dreamed of. Today, the automobile industry provides millions of jobs that never existed before. And remember, this is a story of only one industry. There are thousands more scattered all over the United States whose history of development is pretty much the same. We've built a country under the American system that sends more young people to high school and college than all the rest of the world combined.
I think that's outdated now, though, because I think there's a few other countries, man, that their college and graduation rate is beyond. But, you know, I'm not sure as far as that goes, but I'm pretty sure like places like Japan and China are ahead of us. A few other countries, too.
Why, even in the Depression, our wages bought more food, clothing, travel, and entertainment than the wages of any other people in the world. Our country has a national income equal to the total national.
Yo, Anarchy made a great point. My man said, notice they didn't keep their money in the bank. That's a great freaking point. They all had their money somewhere in their crib. That's true. Facts. But although it can be, nah, you're right. You're right. Because this was 1948. This was after the Federal Reserve Act when they took away the gold and silver. So I was going to say, with that cash, right, the lawful money was actually at the bank because the notes were exchangeable for lawful money, which is the gold and silver. But if they didn't have the notes and they had they didn't have the gold and silver, they just had those notes. That means their money technically was in the bank. But this was after that, so nah, that's irrelevant. But yeah, astute observation, sir.
National incomes of any other sixth nation in the world. With only 7% of the Earth's, we drive 70% of the world's automobiles. That's just a sample of the things the capitalistic system has given us in only 160 years. Before signing up, you boys ought to try a little taste of Dr. Ism's formula to see what you'd get in exchange for your freedom. Go ahead, try it.
You can't do this to me! I'll strike!
The state forbids strikes.
Got him.
Wait till the union hears about this.
Ah, yes, the Union. Welcome to our ranks.
Got him. The state union member 1313. Slap that shit right on his forehead. Shut his ass up. He gave his rights away.
Number 1313.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows. No more private property. No more you.
Got him. No more private property. No more you. Translation and legus. Legal fiction instead of you. All right. No more private property. Property taxes. Pay the government property taxes.
The farm folk will put a stop to this.
Farmers don't vote anymore.
What'll they do for seed next year?
You won't have to worry about next year. The state will do your planning from now on.
All right. So you see Bill Gates buying up all that farmland and stuff like that. And then them people, remember the Amish got hemmed up? I think the Amish got hemmed up like last year or something like that. For selling raw milk, I think it was. So they couldn't even do that. The state told them, no, you cannot do that. You take benefits and privileges from the state when you have a farm, you know what I mean, in the form of like what do they get? Tax kickbacks or some shit. It's something they get. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like some kind of benefit for taxes or something. They get money from the government too for crops and all that stuff, but they got to plant the seeds they want them to plant. You know what I mean? So that's part of it.
We must fight to regain our freedom, or everything is lost.
Peep that out. State concentration camp number 5 to the left side. See that?
Everything
is fine. Everything is fine.
State propaganda speaker. All right. So you already know what that is. That's some news reporters and shit telling you something, everything, but this, that, and the third. Politicians telling you this, that, and the third, left and right. Everything's fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is brilliant.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
When anybody preaches disunity, tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, race hatred, or religious intolerance,
He just dropped it off on you, right? This was 1948. My man said race tolerance or whatever, religion, all of that stuff. He literally just, and this was in 1948. All right, but racism is supposed to be in full swing, and white people are supposed to hate black people and all that other stuff. Listen to what he just said in a cartoon.
you know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives. And we know what to do about it.
Now look, he exposed the truth to him. Now look what happened. All the ones that were supposedly trying to, you know what I'm saying, piss away their rights to have other benefits and privileges. Now that he done got the squad on them, now they coming at him, and look, they bearing arms too. All right, the stuff they were holding before in their hands, they were holding it very casually, but now they holding it as an arm. See that? You gotta watch it.
And now, gentlemen, no violence, please. And don't throw those bottles. Don't throw those bottles. No! Oh, no! Hey!
And the crazy thing is, all right, if he got his way, he would have passed bottle control. So they couldn't even throw them bottles in the first place. They would have needed a permit for them bottles. You feel me?
Working together to produce an ever greater abundance of material and spiritual values for all. That is the secret of American prosperity.
All right, 100%, man. So, like I said, this is a beautiful and great country, man, but it could be so much better. And it's up to us to do so. First, you got to change your mindset. But it was fire, man. That was a fire-ass cartoon. That's one of the best cartoons I've seen in a long time, man. That shit was dope. All right, where we at? He said, I seen this as a kid, very informative. I vaguely remember seeing this as a kid too. but only certain pieces. All of it didn't make sense. Oh, thank you, Marley. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Bringing the '80s baby out of me. Yes, it did. You know how we do. Heck, I don't know anywhere in the Constitution that we the people have the right to vote. I think it's elector, right? Elect, I believe it is. I mean, I got what is it? The chains. Kill that contract. Yes, indeed. Get them contracts the fuck out of here, man. We are under the state of martial law occupied by foreign corporations called United States. Yeah, that's true. But some people like to say, "Oh, the Constitution is suspended." No, the Constitution is not suspended. Like if you look at any state constitution, it'll say whether in war or peace, the provisions of the Constitution for the United States of America apply. So I mean, even if that is a situation, the Constitution is still in full effect. You know what I'm saying? So if it is, if that is a situation, it's not like yo, stay in your house and don't come out at all type shit. You know what I mean? Check the date 1890. I peeped that. I peeped that out. Yeah, I peeped that out, Tony. Notice they didn't keep their money in the bank. Facts. Peace, power, and blessings. What up, Pineal? Peace, power, and blessings. I just used the same thumbnail on one of my last few streams right before they hit me with man, they on you, huh? Gotta love that good old yep. Yeah, man. They on some BS, man. They on some BS 100%. Hit the Walking Dead. He talking about the zombies. Yep. A rich man from Park Ave in Manhattan, New York, told me that safe in your closet is safer than the bank. Word. You will own nothing and be happy. Eat Z bugs. Word to Charles Schwab, huh? These were the days people were turning in their silverware just to get food to buy. And wait a minute, to get by food and bills. Just to get by food and bills. I got you. Okay, I misread what you were saying. Corporation warehouse workers. Yo, corporation warehouse workers. Listen, man. Back in the day, all right, my great grandfather used to work at Bethlehem Steel. All right. Back in that day of Bethlehem Steel, this is in Baltimore, Maryland. We used to actually have a plant that they actually used to make the steel and stuff like that, and they would sell it to other corporations. So, man, back in the day, my great granddad had no, it was my granddad too. He actually had a family of about 6 children. No, it was 4 children, him and his wife. So it was 6 people. Now you were able to support a family of 6 people, all right, with a warehouse job. Had a house, had savings, health care, car, everything. Was able to afford clothes for the children. It was dope. But this was back then when this is before the warehouses and things of that nature. Not the warehouse, but the factory jobs were sold out overseas, man. But you could literally walk in with a job. If you had a job at Bethlehem Steel and you walked into a car dealership, my uncle was telling me a story. He had a GTO. He called it the GOAT all the time. He had this really, really pretty GTO with all this built carburetors and full exhaust all the way back. It was nice and it sounded good from what he told me. And he said, "Man, back in the day, you had to go through all this credit bullshit to go get a car. If you go in the car and you worked at like Bethlehem Steel, they'd give you a car right off the lot and treat you like you got real good credit. You know what I'm saying? You go in there, they give you a cup of water. Hello, sir. Would you like some water? You sit down and have a seat. Would you like a magazine? Treat you like a damn decent human being, no matter what color you are, man. Treat you like a damn decent human being because you had a job that they knew you were going to be able to afford the loan. You know what I'm saying? So you were going that bad boy. He walked right out with the GTO. He said he was in there for 30 minutes. He pulled out with that GTO. He was happy as hell. Same thing for his father and his brother also. So yeah, the warehouse jobs and the factory jobs were the shit, man. Those type of jobs were the shit. They paid. I think Montgomery Ward was a warehouse also people used to work at here too. Montgomery Ward was real popular. You had dudes that actually had a career at Montgomery Wards and was able to send their kids to college, pay for a house, send their kids to college. Yeah, they was able to build a foundation with that type of money, man. And it was crazy. But you look at the way the dollar's moving now, it ain't worth nothing. Like, a job at a freaking warehouse, you're gonna need 5 other jobs, man, to be able to survive. or some roommates. But yeah, man, but the family structure was different back then too, man. Everything is different. Everything changed. You know what I mean? Women actually thought they needed men, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Enslaving we the people, 100%. Give the people bread and circuses, the people will never revolt. Yep. And check this out. I was talking to somebody about that. All them games and stuff like that is all rigged, man. The NBA, NFL, all that shit is rigged, man. That's why they call them plays and stuff like that. When they exercise certain moves with the ball and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Those are plays. They get a script right before the damn season starts, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And referees play a huge part in it too. You know what I'm saying? I saw this one video of Steph Curry bouncing the basketball around on the court. And when he got to one part of the court, the basketball wouldn't bounce high enough. It was weird, like it was a dead spot in the court. I'm like, yo, that's probably that fucking magnet and that ball not functioning properly. Because ain't no way Steph Curry was. Listen, man, ain't no way that dude is making no shots from the audience stands. I don't care how good you are, bro. You're not making no shots from the damn audience. This dude was standing in the audience in the 17th row, throw a shot, and it would go right in the damn hoop, nothing but net. And if you watch the ball, sometimes when they go up in an arch, and then they draw like this, which is physically impossible, man. The shot would have to have an even arch if somebody was throwing it, unless it was being manipulated somehow. But that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, all of that stuff is manipulated. People gamble, lose their money and shit. It's set up so the underground can make a nice piece of change. You know, the politicians got their money all in that shit underground. Non-taxable, you know what I'm saying? Dude, they know all the loopholes, man. That's how they getting paid. They be like, yo, insider trading is illegal. What the fuck you think they doing? Shit. And while we will never give up our arms, New York runs the world. I don't know about that, Tony. Yo, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. New York was the look. I got no beef with New York at all right, but I'm gonna say this. New York, man, y'all have a lot of soul searching to do, man, because y'all got them little yuppies walking all around the damn town and stuff like that, and helping these liberals get them in office and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these damn liberal ass goddamn Whole Foods shopping, freaking soybean coffee eating type mofos is overrunning New York, man. New York City, anyway. I don't know how it is upstate, but yeah. I remember back in the early 2000s, New York was fire, bro. I went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in 2008. That was one of the greatest days of my goddamn life. That shit was great, man. Some just beautiful women walking around everywhere, man. It was overwhelming. But yeah, New York was fun back in the day, dude. But now it's a completely different ball game, man. After 2020, bro, New York lost a lot of respect for me, man. After I saw how they were carrying it in 2020 and they were telling people you cannot come in this restaurant without that card, you know what I mean, to show you had some kind of certain medical thing done. You're not coming in here without that card. That was crazy to me. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I thought New York would have been the last place to do something like that, but nah. It was the worst ones. Them in Cali was the two worst. It was worse than Maryland. Maryland wasn't even that bad. Like people will look at you funny for coming in without a mask on, but they're not gonna kick you out or not let you come in. They just gonna look at you funny. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Yes, sir. Jay Sams, that was in Sparrow's Point. Yes, indeed. Bethlehem Steel. Yep. And why is the struggle we don't want? Wall Street is the biggest trading development. Quiet as kept. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Pull up. I want the smoke. Give me the smoke. Smoke is fire. What up, Mike? What's good, man? Mike taking them to task out there, man. Let me know how that goes, bro. I'm I'm on the same frequency, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the same frequency, man. We know we talk, so we exchange the information. But yeah, I like the fact that you're getting out there with it. Down here in Florida, we look at you funny if you're wearing a dude. Listen, man, will you believe I still see people in the store wearing them damn masks? Like there'll be literally nobody else in the store, and they still wearing it. I'm like, yo, you still believe this? This is crazy, man. And just about everybody that fell for that crap regrets it now. You know what I'm saying? They regret it. Crazy, man. United Nations is in the middle of New York. I heard that. I heard United Nations was in New York. They got a headquarters out there. I heard about that. Federal quarters where you gotta Have them in when they mess up. Yeah, because I was talking to Finest Thing Walking about that. He was like, "Yo, the bottom line is, man, it takes them an extraordinary amount of money to hire a lawyer for a federal case. They got to pay more than it would be for any state case. So they gotta shovel out that dough, man. So a lot of times they be willing to rather just settle than even go to court. You know what I'm saying? Unless you really want to stick it to them. You feel me? The mask is the most obedient slave. Well, dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out here, bro. I still see people wearing them. Like, yo, y'all are crazy, man. That shit remind me of 2004 when they said the SARS was running rampant in China. Was it Japan or China? It was one of them Asian countries, and they said the SARS was running rampant. And then when you saw the news and stuff like that, you saw everybody wearing the mask. And then I know I looked at the news like a year later, and there was only some people wearing them. And I was like, "Yo, that's crazy, man." It was only some people wearing them joints. You know what I'm saying? But people were still wearing them though, yo. Some people, dude, listen, man, it's crazy. The programming is real. I'll put it that way. Yes, they're in NY with all those flags. Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that anarchy? Supposedly the FBI was supposed to be looking into the why there's a Chinese police department in New York. And I'm like, after we talked about this like 2 months ago, like, listen, do y'all really expect us to believe y'all let a foreign power come on this soil and set up a police department without y'all knowing? There is no, yo, you can't even have a damn hot dog stand or a damn lemonade stand without having a damn city permit in a place like Maryland, let alone New York. Like, yo, you're not selling nothing out there without them getting their cheese, man. It's a gang. It's a military, bro. It's a military gang, man. They like, yo, don't nothing move around here unless I get 10%. That's that type of shit. Tax courts. Put your email. My email should, yo, you know what, man? Am I tripping? My email should be I'm gonna have to change the damn banner. All this time I thought my email was in the banner and it's not. That's wild, man. I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to change that. But yeah, I'll put my email in a second. Hold on. Yeah, you know what's crazy? In some places in New York now, you can't masks aren't allowed. You know, some places masks aren't allowed in New York now. You know what I'm saying? Because people was taking advantage of it. Like, yo, listen, bro, if you was moving slimy in 2020 with the PPP loans and the stick up kids, bro, if you was moving slimy in 2020, man, you got rich on some crooked shit. I'm gonna put it that way because dudes was scamming hard, man. Dudes was doing all kinds of wild shit in 2020. You know what I'm saying? But yo, yeah, if you was a master scammer, you got paid in 2020. But yeah, that was a crazy year. But yeah, dudes was using the mask of that. Everybody wearing masks, so nobody know who did what. You know what I'm saying? People was riding around with their tags and the shit, driving around with their tags in the shitter, expired the hell. You know what I'm saying? Can't be pulled over for it because of the plan, the thing. You know what I'm saying? That shall not be mentioned on YouTube. But yeah, people was robbing places, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. Always got always go for a jury trial. Absolutely. Shit, you actually a trial by jury is what it says in the Constitution. Trial by jury, not a jury trial. When they rocking the mask with the windows closed inside the car. Dude, it's not a game. I don't know how many people I saw doing that. I seen people walking down a freaking street with them on, yo. Walking down the street with them on. I was like, yo, buy this, just walking down the street with the shit was in the sky and coming up the clouds, getting people. Man, that was wild. That was a crazy year. I will never forget that year as long as I live, man. I would never forget that. That was that shit was the bizarro land, man. I swear we jumped to some kind of slipstream or something and entered into another dimension. Because if you would have told the majority of people who fell for that shit, if you would have told them that in 2017 that was going to happen in 2020, they would have looked at you like you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. You don't know what you're talking about. You didn't have your head checked. And they the same people to walk around You need to put on a mask, sir. Like, y'all, nah, get out my face, man. Y'all crazy. Yeah, please hit the like button, man. I don't check people with the MASK on the MASK on that. Have not taken the SHOT. Now the topic should be the one who took the SHOT. MASK to the SHOT is to the importance. Yeah, the jab was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers went, yeah, they went overboard with that, man. That was crazy. That was wild, man, because I know a lot of people that took it that I know for years. A lot of my homeboys took that shit. I was like, y'all crazy, man. Letting them play around with your fucking body. Like, oh, y'all crazy. See that? Y'all in trouble, man. Get off my channel with that craziness. They already watching, man. Y'all crazy. Now there's a class action lawsuit because people getting diseases from inhaling. Oh yeah, I heard about them joints, yo. The little yo, I heard about. I said that from the jump. You know what the first thing I said was, yo, what if they getting people to wear the mask? You know what I'm saying? Because some issues with them. You know what I'm saying? What if they was getting people to wear them because of that? That's wild, man. That's why I say, dude, I used to go to fakemask.com, bro. I was breathing easy, man. Shit. I remember I used to wear the damn offensively fake joint. People was pissed. I went to the casino with that thing on. Your motherfuckers was mad as shit. They couldn't do nothing, though. They couldn't do nothing because I had a mask on. What you want me to do? I'm wearing a mask. It doesn't say what type of mask I had to wear. It just says wear a mask. I'm wearing a mask. He was looking, the goddamn security guard was mad as hell. I walked in there with a damn, I had a fishnet mask. Matter of fact, I think I still got it. I think I still got it, man. this is hold up. This is how I was walking around in 2020. Hold up. Yo, this is how I was walking around in 2020. I'm walking around like this, like yo, looking like a goddamn fool. But to me, I was the only sane one. It was the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? This is a formality at this point. So I'm walking around wearing this. So I come in the damn casino wearing that joint, and the dude was like, sir, you gotta wear a mask. I said, I am wearing a mask. And he was looking at it like, that's not a mask. I said, sir, this is a medically this is a prescription mask. He was looking like wasn't nothing he could say at that point. That was it. He was pissed though. He was like, where'd you get that mask from? I was like, oh, this is prescription. I ain't tell him shit. Fuck you. Mind your business. Gloves on. Let's not forget about the blackout. They robbed a bank. I ain't hear about that. That's crazy. Red light cameras. They had the Darth Vader suit. I did not hear about that. That's crazy. I don't know how that slipped between the cracks. This reveal who's the sheeple. Yeah, listen. Anybody who took that shit or was one of them the mask mofos, don't arm's length, baby. Arm's length, man. Cause motherfuckers. I remember there was one meme. People was butthurt about this meme. They said, yo, if you took that shit, you know what I'm saying? If you took that, you snitching off top. Like they said, yo, you snitching. You telling. You know what I'm saying? If the squad doing some shit, you the first one to tell. If you cave, you know what I mean? I can either confirm or deny that, but I'm gonna say this. Keep an eye on them mofos, man. Anybody who snitched on their neighbor for having people over at that time, don't trust them, yo. Matter of fact, they should be ousted from the community. Anybody who snitched on a neighbor having 5 people over for a gathering at that time and they called the damn authorities, they should be ousted, bro. Nobody in the neighborhood should ever talk to them again, man. For real. But, is what it is. Capital commerce. Yeah. NY is the capital of the world because that's where the stock market is in New York. That shit international. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers can make money in China off the stock market in New York. It gotta be one of the only countries a foreigner can come over here and clean up. You can't even buy property you can't even buy property if you go to somewhere like the Philippines or something like that. You can't buy no damn property unless you one of them a Filipino if you was born there or something. You can't buy property as a US motherfucker over there. You can't do it. Laughing at the mask. Yo, if y'all would have saw me, y'all have been laughing, yo, because I was really walking around like wasn't nothing wrong, bro. Crazy. It revealed and lost so-called friends. It was definitely an idol. But you can't trust everybody, yo. Just because you grew up with them don't mean you can trust them. Which is the craziest thing. Because listen, I get more support out of y'all than a lot of people I know around that time, yo. A lot of people I know did not believe the same thing I was telling them, even though I was reading and researching stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all's complete strangers, man. All 5,500 of y'all, man. Y'all was there more for me than these people were, which was crazy. So, I take a mental note. You know what I'm saying? Certain information don't get shared with everybody because I'm not gonna say they're not worthy because that's not fair. But I mean, I don't like wasting my energy, man. You know what I'm saying? If it's just gonna fall on deaf ears and you just gonna fall by the wayside, I'm not really one of them people who likes to waste my energy. But it definitely show who the people who the awakened ones are, man. I'm gonna say the chosen because if you was fighting that shit, man, and you was standing on your own too, and you wasn't wavering, man, like the stuff we do with traveling, the private plates, just not just laying down, asserting your rights, you know what I mean? Like all this stuff we do, bro. This is 100% showing who the awakened are, man. If we had a world full of us, the world would definitely be a better place. So shout out to y'all, man. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. He says all about the cave and as if it weren't beckoned already with the shot still waiting on the marker. Oh man, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Yeah. I can't prove it yet, but that shot was the boost. That was the boost to get that mark. Can't prove it. It's going to be that. It's going to be that Neuralink, yo. That's going to be the mark. The Neuralink, because the Neuralink is going to instantly turn a regular mofo into a genius overnight, because it's going to connect his brain with the Google server. Once your brain connects with the Google server, you will instantly know everything on the internet. Everything public will become knowledge. It's false. It's false knowledge, bro. For real. That Neuralink is going to incorporate you with the computer. That's going to be the merging of man and machine right there. And that's going to be in your forehead or it's going to be in your wrist. I'm not sure how it's going to be in your wrist though, because it might be they might just have like some kind of chip or something to put in your arm or your wrist or whatever to access everything. And then if you want that Neuralink, you got to get the chip and you got to get the Neuralink put in your brain. But yeah, that's going to be crazy. Just look at what AI is doing already, man. Look at what AI is doing. It's going to be to a point where you don't even need to learn any skills anymore. You just upload the Neuralink and you'll instantly know every martial art. You'll instantly be able to like do some Leonardo da Vinci type painting. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's gonna be crazy out there, man. You know what I mean? No, it's gonna be expensive. But as with everything, as they start to refine it, it'll get cheaper. And they're gonna gear that society up for people with the upgraded brains. Hopefully by then we'll all be separated or out of here, man. And we've already done our job. Because we was all put here for a purpose. So we'll be done our job, hopefully, and done as much good to this world as we can, man. You know what I mean? Do as much, leave the world in a better place than we found it for real. And we'll be out of here. We back in the sky, man, back in the other dimension. Or ascended. You know what I'm saying? He predict EEON. Yeah, that's what's up. Do the shark though. I went through that C19 with not much enforcement. I'm in a little city in Florida. I created and manifest my reality. Hey, you know what's dope though? Florida actually bucked back against that shit, man. I remember I went down there and I was with my boy, and they was like, "Yeah," the dude was like, "You're not gonna get in my car without an MASK," and I was like, "All right, cool, bye. I ain't getting in that mofo. I ain't putting that shit on. It's my ass." It was stupid as hell, man. Like, yo, dudes, man, there was so much money lost behind that nonsense. It was ridiculous. Event 201. What's knowledge without wisdom? Facts. Shit, what's knowledge and wisdom without action, baby? You know what I'm saying, you can know everything, bro, but if you can't put it into action or if you don't have the balls to exercise or execute, I mean, it ain't nothing. I tell people, man, listen, you can't be afraid, bro. Like fear itself is a is wrong. All right, I'm gonna say that. A lot of people say it's a sin. Serious, being scared. You know what I'm saying? Conduct yourself accordingly. Take care of your body. Treat other people with dignity and respect. You know what I'm saying? Hold your values the highest, and just try to keep a positive mindset and don't be afraid. And you will be supported and backed by the positive forces. Some people call the Most High, but you will be backed. But you got to make sure you live a certain way. You know what I mean? And you don't even have to be perfect. But strive to be better, man. Did I hear about Elon? Shit, what haven't I heard about Elon? What I miss, man? When an AI gets smarter than every human on the planet, and it makes a mistake, who will be around to notice and fix the mistake? Yeah, exactly. Other robots. I'm going to jailbreak my brain. They keep doing me in the free facts. The time is now for everyone to awaken from the slumber in the matrix and embrace the true freedom, true anarchy worldwide. Florida Governor Elon running for president. Robots are about to be. Yo said that. Florida Governor and Elon are running for president? Yo, Elon, man, listen, bro. If Elon, listen, you already know in New York they got them Inspector Gadget dogs in New York. They already got the robot dogs. And in Cali, they got the robot dogs. Listen, if Elon Musk becomes president, you better expect to see a whole entire standing military of robots. Like, yo, listen, you know what I'm saying? They gonna call them something else, of course, but the damn police officers and shit, they gonna be robots. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy. I'm not scared to do or die. I'm not scared to don't do or die. It's not an option. He came over as nationals. You want to live, learn to do all, sustain your own facts. California made it legal for robot dogs. Yeah, I told y'all that was gonna happen, yo. I called that. I told y'all that was gonna happen in like 2020. I told y'all it was gonna happen because I told y'all about them dogs they was working on in the military. You know what I'm saying? They was working with these dogs back in I want to say 2010. This company, this private robotics company. I can't remember what the company was called, but they had soldiers and all that stuff. They got real soldiers and all that. But the back then the soldiers they look real mechanical and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they had the ability to jump on top of a building, and now they got them so if you push them, they can catch their balance. They can shoot and run at the same time without missing the target. Like they can do some shit humans can't even do, bro. Like with the capabilities. And these are the human type soldier robots they got. And this was back in like 2015. And you can imagine what they got now. They probably got some crazy shit now. They probably look just like me and you for real. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can listen to what AI is doing, man. What AI is doing with music. They had a who was talking about this? I think it was Tony Yayo. He was on Funk Flex, I believe. Might not have been Funk Flex, but he was talking about the song 50 Cent, Many Men, and they actually had Biggie on the hook and Tupac singing 50 Cent's verse. And it sounded just like him. It was AI. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Then I said, plot twist, all the music you've ever heard was AI the whole entire time, and all the actors were rappers and singers and shit. It was always AI. They just telling you the truth now. Hey, would it surprise you? That's my question. Would it surprise you if that was if you found out it was all AI the whole entire time? Would you really be surprised? You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised at all. They were just actors and actresses playing a role. Everybody is. They're talking about being chipped and allowed to use the internet. No chip, no access to the internet. Crazy stuff. People need to get landlines again. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, man, for real. At this point, I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Because it's not going to be overnight. It'll be a slow transition. They said he dropping those robot wives in September. No cap. Elon Musk is dropping robot wives. Listen, man. If it listen, I told you all about Detroit Become Human. If anybody is not bright enough or slow enough, I'll say, to buy a robot wife, you get what exactly the fuck you deserve. I'm gonna say that shit. I remember you talked about a lady whistle blew the issue about robots turning on. I'm telling you, man. Yo, listen, I'm telling you. Wouldn't lie to you, homie. That's crazy. That is wild. Hey, listen, like I said, man, if you crazy enough to buy one of them damn things for a wife, you deserve exactly what the fuck you get, because that's wild. Beyond wild. Insane. What's up with this damn camera? Losing focus. There we go. But yeah, that's crazy. The price points are like 60K and 150K. I guess it depends on the badder she is, the more it costs. The motherfuckers in Japan will probably grab them though, man, first, because I'm gonna tell you something. In Japan, the birth rate is way down because men and women don't have time to meet each other, man. So you might actually have dudes that's making that kind of money that can buy 150K. You know what I mean? Wife, robot wife. You know what I mean? They're gonna be the first ones with them. DeSantos, man, listen, man, DeSantos, y'all keep you know what makes me a little angry about that shit? Everybody's talking about DeSantos, that's the governor, right? Man, this dude was backing the whole entire C-19 thing. Y'all forget about that shit, man. The whole poke shit, he was pushing it at first, and then he started to spin his cycle around when people started to call him out. And now people acting like DeSantos is the savior of Florida, man. They all puppets. People falling for this, man. All of these people are playing a script. They all, y'all forgot about 2020, man. They were all saying the same thing. There was not one of them speaking out. They were all saying the same shit. Yo, go get this. Go get the poke. Go get the poke. And it wasn't until, you know what I mean, motherfuckers started to really stand up like, you know what, y'all on some bullshit. And they was like, hey, well, you know, I don't support that. It's bullshit. Nah, man. It's too late. I already seen you. I got videos. of dudes supporting the damn poke. Nah, man. Get on with that. People talking about DeSantos this, DeSantos that. Fuck that. Oh, because he doing what he told to do. With this new GTP4 AI pointer. Listen. AI pointer. That's crazy. All right. That's insane. 100%. Shit, the new Grand Theft is gonna be crazy. Y'all see the Grand Theft? What is it? Grand Theft Auto 6, I think. I seen like one little leak piece of footage, but you know the leak is never like as good as the final version. But yo, that's gonna literally be like the Matrix. 5 was damn near like the Matrix. It was life inside the freaking game. You can pretty much do everything in that shit. False evidence appearing real, fear. Word. Clever. They're trying to silence RFK Jr. Oh, really? I haven't been paying attention to that. Yes, indeed. But look, man, I'm about to be out, man. It was great talking to y'all tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live and direct, live in effect Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got some stuff for you guys. We will be covering the right to travel in effect and watching some examples, man. Watching some examples of how to and how not to move. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So with that said, thank y'all very much for tuning in. I'm your gracious host, A6, the foreign national born natural. And I'll catch y'all this weekend. Peace.